Okay, well then. Oh, hey man, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. How are you doing? Whatever. So, yeah, man. Today we're about to check out why power scaling is BS. I was just chilling, bro. Say, bro, can you check this out? I say less. I'm about to say less, but for the reaction, I'm about to say more. And I have a feeling I am about to. I'm not gonna say for the most part agree with bro. Maybe I might. There's a very small chance I might disagree because y'all know I sometimes do this, but sometimes it just feels like, is it really necessary to do like? It's just sometimes in some cases it's inconsistent, doesn't make sense, but it's still consistent to the. It's just sometimes it sometimes doesn't matter to an extent, but oh my gosh, y'all get what I'm trying to say. But essentially, yeah, I saw some thumbnail talking about Goku and light speed, so I just said if it, why not? And yeah, man, with that, say if you enjoyed the video, let me know what else I'm going to check out next time I do so. But for now, let's hop into it and let's see why power scaling is BS.
Many of you will be familiar with the equation E equals mc squared, the one from Einstein, the one we all know. Well, I'm here to tell you it's wrong, but not really. It's kind of incomplete if the object is moving, and the m we're using for mass is the rest mass. And no, not like Snorlax, but not moving, like Snorlax. But anyway, back to it. I want to explain why characters can't be calculated to be faster than the speed of light using real-world physics, because comic book writers and mangakas are dumbasses with zero knowledge outside of their mother's basement. Right.
Okay, the hate is crazy, but I'm not gonna lie. In some cases, yeah, because they just be making shit up, then throw the word quantum on it just like that. Something that should not be quantifiable, like bro, is beyond the concept of time and space and speed, which is something you cannot exactly calculate. So power scaling it is. That's why, yeah, they throw out terms like infinite immeasurable, but then it's just like infinite immeasurable. Then you start questioning what it means. But then if you gotta deep it even further to get what they trying to say or what they mean, even though they really sound similar, and it's just kind of wild because you cannot calculate it. But it is whatever. Oh fuck.
So E equals mc squared is the full equation if we assume m for mass is the relativistic mass, and you probably don't know what that is because my average viewer is brain dead and can't read because they're Dragon Ball Z fans. But we're gonna fix that.
That is actually insane. That is okay, that's crazy. That is actually wild.
For mass is the relativistic mass, and you probably don't know what that is because my average viewer is brain dead and can't read because they're Dragon Ball Z fans. But we're gonna fix that today. The relativistic mass is the rest mass multiplied by the Lorentz factor. And the Lorentz factor is often ignored at slow speed because it's equal to 1, such as the speed of a fighter jet, because that's really slow compared to Goku. Goku solos fighter jets. The Lorentz factor is determined like this. Show's picture is equal to 1 over the square root of 1 minus the velocity squared of something, represented by the letter v here, divided by the speed of light squared, represented by the letter c here. So the relativistic mass of an object is equal to the Lorentz factor multiplied by the rest mass. Just so you know, relativistic in a physics sense and in this specific sense just means something has a really high energy / high velocity, like 10% the speed of light. Light travels at 300 million meters a second or 671 million miles per hour. It's pretty fast, but nowhere near as fast as how hard my channel fell off.
Okay, that was not necessary to put in. You just gotta,
So 10% the speed of light is just a little bit slower than Keemstar running at full speed. So the total energy of an object moving at relativistic speed is given by the Lorentz factor multiplied by the rest mass multiplied by the speed of light squared. Okay, so why is this a problem, big dog? Goku solos you. It is okay, my humble Dragon Ball fan. I shall reveal it now. But first, if you divide something by a number smaller than 1, the resulting answer is always bigger than the original something. For example, 2 divided by 0.5 is 4. 2 divided by 0.0001 is equal to 20,000. Again, Dragon Ball fans can't read, so I'm assuming they can't do basic maths either. Let's look at the Lorentz factor in the case where...
okay, disrespect is crazy. That bro, in basic as math, it's easy to catch on to. Oh my, I'm just.
someone is traveling at 0.001 c or 0.001 the speed of light, so their velocity is equal to that. plug that into the Lorentz factor and we get, so 1 over 1 minus 0.00001 divided by 1, which is basically equal to 1. So the Lorentz factor here is 1. Awesome, you could ignore it. Anyway, what about if we are traveling at 50% the speed of light? Doing the maths, we get 1 over the square root of 1 minus 0.25 divided by 1. And that puts the Lorentz factor at roughly a multiplier of 1.1547. So that's like a 15% difference. And remember, the Lorentz factor is used to account for the extra energy from relativistic motion. Let's turn that up to 11 and look at 0.9999 C. This gives us a Lorentz factor of roughly 70 times. If I add on another several 0.9s, we see a Lorentz factor of several hundred thousand. Now, can you imagine? That's quite different from what you would just get using the regular kinetic energy formula of half mv squared. If we apply this to our relativistic energy equation, E equals mc squared, but with m being the relativistic mass, for Goku, who at rest has a rest mass of 70 kilograms, we find Goku moving at this amount of 9s, the speed of light, has an energy in joules equal to 707,000 multiplied by 70 multiplied by 3 times 10 to the 8 squared for a whopping 4.45 times 10 to the 18 megajoules. And just so you know, this times 10 to the whatever stuff, this is just standard notation. It just means whatever number is here with this many zeros. So 4.4 times 10 to the 5 is just 440,000. It's just a way of expressing big numbers, don't be scared by it. Anyway, 4.45 times 10 to the 18 megajoules is equal to 4.45 times 10 to the 12 terajoules. Put that into context, every second the sun emits 3.8 times 10 to the 11 terajoules. Goku, moving at this speed, emits 11 times more energy than that, or actually closer to 12 times more energy than that. This produces the same amount of kinetic energy as a billion megatons of TNT. Mega is just a prefix for million, so it's a billion times a million tons of TNT. For context, the Tsar bomb, which was the largest nuclear bomb ever, yielded an explosion equivalent to 57 megatons of TNT, 10 times more powerful than all the combined munitions used during World War II. Goku produces 1.9 times 10 to the 7 times more kinetic energy than that just by moving. So how much does a billion megatons of energy let you destroy? Not quite the Earth. But at just a teensy-wincy bit faster and a few more 0.9s onto our velocity, getting us a bit closer to the speed of light, we reach a number that is easily hundreds of times the amount of required energy to blow up the Earth. Okay. So what we're trying to get at here, that incremental tiny increases towards the speed of light produces vastly more energy. So here's the thing. As you approach the speed of light, the amount of energy produced goes to infinity, as the Lorentz/gamma factor goes to infinity. This is because the gamma factor is essentially 1 divided by 0 when the velocity is equal to the speed of light. Matter in our universe, in our physical real universe, is unable to reach the speed of light because of this reason. If you gave something with mass kinetic at infinite...
Okay, so essentially he's debunking massively faster than light and infinite irrelevance, or... But then again, those are like fictional contexts used to make somebody broken for no reason. Or even omnipresent. They just throw that word all willy-nilly nowadays.
Kinetic energy, then you could in theory reach the speed of light. But we reach a problem before that. Energy and mass are interchangeable according to the equation E equals mc squared. See, we're getting there. This is all relevant. Meaning that the mass of this object is simply the total relativistic energy divided by the speed of light squared. Now I'm sure some of you smarter peeps have already figured out where I'm going. Introducing the Schwarzschild radius, or the gravitational radius. This is just a physical parameter in the Schwarzschild solution to the Einstein's field. We don't need all that. Basically it's just a radius corresponding to the event horizon of a black hole. The event horizon of a black hole is just the point at which light can't escape anymore or nothing else. You need a lot of speed to get out of there greater than light, and that's where a black hole works. Anyway, and the radius of a black hole is associated with a quantity of mass, but the Schwarzschild radius is basically, if you take something, squish it down to a really dense state, it's how small you need to make something to collapse it into a black hole. And it is given by the following equation. The radius is equal to 2 times the gravitational constant times mass divided by the speed of light squared. Now, the radius, for those who don't know, is just half the diameter of a circle, and the diameter of a circle is a line drawn from the outside of a circle through the middle to the other side of the circle. A straight line. Just for a bit of context for how small we need to make things, for a person, you have to squish them down smaller than the nucleus of an atom. And for the sun, it's like 3 kilometers or 2 miles in radius. Okay, so here we go. The conclusion for the physics is arriving now. If Goku is traveling at the speed of light, his Lorentz factor will be infinite or undefined, but essentially it will be practically infinity. So this means his energy is also infinite. And you know what happens when you divide infinity by something small, like by the speed of light squared? You still get infinity. So rearranging, Goku's relativistic mass at this point is infinite. So we take this mass and we plug it into the Schwarzschild equation for black holes. The radius of Goku's mass induced by a black hole is infinite. This is because he has infinite mass, and if we go back to that equation, on the top of the fraction we have the mass. So Goku solos his own universe. From where Goku goes light speed, everything would be crushed into an almost infinitely dense singularity where the laws of space break down. But this doesn't happen in the show, and pretty much any show I know of where characters can do light speed feats. And there's been multiple feats showing characters moving faster than light speed within Dragon Ball. So I'm here to tell you, Dragon Ball physics is completely different to the real world physics. Similar to any verse where characters can move near the speed of light. And another fun fact, things that travel at light speed do not experience time. And you can argue things that go faster than light go back in time, literally. So what does all this mean, big dog? It means Goku solos and power levels are bullshit.
So I wasn't really completely far off. Because I was about to mention that at the beginning, where it's talking about mostly centered around the planetary destruction, especially when you move at light speeds. I never considered the entire universe and the process of it all, but learning moments, you learn more every day, etc., this, that, the third. And that was just my points in, was it halfway in the vid, where I was like, all it is, it's all in a fictional world, fictional universe, I guess. Those physics would apply to us, and yes, no surprise that every universe's physics work differently, and that's okay because it's fiction at the end of the day. They can play with whatever rules they feel like. It is what it is at the end of the day, but I'm glad to see, or glad to know what greater impact that this dude has. And when he was like, Goku still his own force, I'm like, because there's all the niggas that are like way faster than him. But then it's like, it's just infinite, but you get what I'm saying? So essentially when people are saying she's 3 times faster than light, they're trying to, I'm not saying, based off what I've heard, they're trying to say he's 3 times infinity, or 3 times faster than infinity, which is kind of pulling a Yu-Gi-Oh type shit where he's got infinity plus 1, which is a complete BS. But man, I don't know, man. I know to say, Jean, you hold me. I'm not gonna lie, you low-key kind of hold me, especially with those remarks. And with that said, if you enjoyed the video, let me know what else you want me to check out next. I'm gonna do so. Learn more. I could learn again. So with that said, I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. So see ya.